At last, Disney D23 event. Several interesting announcements on Star Wars took place. This is the Skeleton Crew series and the film The Mandalorian and Grogu. But among them, there was one announcement that I liked the most, the second season of the Andor series, which was a great success. In fact, the first shots of the second season were shown a year ago, but only now they showed really important shots and revealed many interesting characters that will appear on the screen. In this video, we have collected all the most interesting things for you, so I advise you to watch till the end. The first season ended with the first open rebellions against the Empire beginning to appear in the galaxy. Cassian and Luthen became one team, while Mothma made more sacrifices to finance the uprising, and the parts that the prisoners of the Empire made went to build the Death Star. The series was unexpectedly a real breakthrough and received the majority of positive ratings, so the continuation was not long in coming. But unfortunately, in the second season, everything will end and the plot will come close to the film Rogue One. The budget for the first season was as much as $250 million, which is quite a lot for the series, and they say that the cost of the second season has increased to $300 million. But let's talk about what we were shown at the Disney D23 exhibition. More precisely, they showed it not to us, but to the audience who bought the most expensive ticket, but as they say, the internet remembers everything. While you are looking at the footage from the trailer on the screen, shot on my grandfather's Nokia, I will tell you about the main announcements, which were previously only rumors, but have now received official confirmation. In the second season of Andor, the same droid from Rogue One will finally appear. K2SO, who was Cassian's faithful partner, had his own unique charisma. Some even call him the best character of Rogue One, so the creators of the series decided to show us exactly how Cassian met this Imperial droid and was able to reconfigure him, and this moment was already revealed in one of the comics, so it will be very interesting whether the authors will rewrite history or leave everything as it is. The role of K2SO in the continuation of the series will again be played by actor Alan Tudyk. Also in the second season, director Orson Krennic, played by Ben Mendelsohn, will appear as one of the members of the Imperial Security Council, and since his story is connected exclusively with the Death Star, the parts for which Cassian worked so hard to make in prison, then the Death Star itself will definitely appear, at least for a little while. Luthen Rael and Cassian will continue to act secretly and increase the power of the rebellion, but Saul Guerrera, played by Forrest Whitaker, who briefly appeared in the first season, will go into a frontal attack, but in the sequel, he will receive a more significant role and we will see what caused him severe injuries. And we know that Saul Guerrera never liked to wait and rushed into battle without any hesitation, so the rest of the rebels were never able to work with him, and in the second season of Andor, we will see a lot of action scenes both on Earth and in space, which, by the way, was missing from the first one. In addition, we will be shown a lot of Coruscant, even too much, which again speaks to the highest budget of the series. Finally, the Senate building will appear on the screen, which we can look at from the outside, and from the footage from the trailer it is noticeable that the significance of this place is becoming less and less. After the formation of the Empire, the Senate clearly fell into disrepair, and in the first season, we were shown that half of the senators simply do not come to the meeting, and those who did show up did not listen to anyone and are creating a farce. And according to history, Palpatine must completely dissolve the Senate during this period of time, so the outside of the building was almost completely decorated with some incomprehensible structures reminiscent of a resort swimming pool. But before this happens, at least one more decisive meeting must take place, at which Mon Mothma will finally express everything she thinks about the Empire and leave Coruscant forever, as was already shown in Rebels, and in the trailer for the second season of Andor, she is still trying to shout to the rest of the senators at another useless meeting. And since there is a high probability that the Senate will be dissolved in the second season, we may be shown a cameo by Palpatine, played by Ian McDiarmid, who will appear in the Senate for the last time and send everyone to hell with a loud speech, thereby closing this worthless organization once and for all. Well, the last interesting cameo is Darth Vader himself. The authors of the series are well aware of how well the audience met Vader in the film Rogue One and want to show him to us again. Perhaps his appearance will take place in the same Imperial security service where he will come to restore order. But some insiders are spreading rumors that it is far from his lightsaber that Luthen Rael will fall. One way or another, we approve of any appearance of Vader on screen. Oh yes, by the way, Khan will also return. Well, what can I say? He finally stopped endlessly eating with his mother and decided to do something useful, and in the second season we will be shown the development of his relationship with an Imperial woman officer with the interesting name Dedra. Interesting, of course, for fans of the Elder Scrolls. Well, to be confused with the Dedra. As for the other heroes involved in Rogue One like Jyn Erso, Galen Erso, Tarkin, Ip Man and others, nothing is known yet. Lucasfilm is trying to maintain the intrigue, but personally, I would not expect too many characters in Andor, and they're own enough. Filming for the series has long been completed, post-production is also nearing completion, and the premiere is scheduled for 2025, most likely in the spring based on the release schedule of the other Star Wars projects. What can we say? Of course, we are waiting with the whole village and praying that after the first season, Disney does not ruin such a good series. Andor is certainly an amazing project, and amazing in the literal sense because it seems to be simple without the Jedi and Sith, but at the same time, it surprises with its non-standard view of Star Wars. A dark atmosphere, a serious plot, high-quality picture, interesting characters without plot armor, and really unexpected turns. It's precisely these kinds of projects that Star Wars has been missing lately, because the same Filoni and Favreau began to film as if according to a manual, which is why The Mandalorian has not changed at all over the past 5 years. But I still want more evolution and creative diversity. I want the series to surprise, which Andor does well. Of course, the series has an interesting path. At the time of its announcement, no one needed it. But over time, it accelerated and earned recognition, and the whole world is waiting for the second season, calling it a breath of fresh air in the Star Wars universe. But this just shows that you need to focus on quality, otherwise you end up with an Obi-Wan series. And we continue to keep you up to date with all the most interesting things and share Star Wars news as fans for fans, so we will be glad if you subscribe to the channel, like and comment. Thank you all for your support and for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.